Hey, Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. My salutations to the elect and the 1/3 and the 144,000, which consist of you so called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indian peoples. And death to 2/3 of our own people as well, and all of the wicked. Okay, this is another segment titled this one The Devil and Satan, Liar and Adversary, Caucasians, aka Edomites. And what you see on your screen is something that's been going on for about a couple days now. And Hawaiians basically are all sharing this, native indigenous Hawaiian peoples, which are Japhetic people. And as you can see, Facebook's Zuckerberg is suing hundreds of Hawaiians to force them to sell property to him. And he's trying to defend himself, saying he just wants to build a house. And what this lady is explaining is that, he's taking away their farmland where they use, what they use to sustain themselves, and also that 11 people will live in a one-room house on the island like that, so him coming to build some huge mansion, basically he's asking for war. I doubt anyone's gonna do anything personally, but people are surprised at what the devil does, and all he does is oppress. That's all he knows how to do, is oppress. And let's see. Matter of fact, a good example. There's another video. The Chinese have tradition when they eat of it's a family style meal, and everyone gets a bowl of rice, and there's all these different dishes that you pass around and you slide around. And a lot of times, what white people do when they go to these Chinese restaurants for family style dining is, because the servers come and they put down plates in front of every single person, they think that that is just theirs. So they claim it, they own it, and no one's passing this around to eat it with their rice. You're supposed to get a little bit of everything. And that just shows inherently their nature and their ignorance, their pride, how they always have to hoard, own, and claim things. And if anyone was actually listening and paying attention, they would know that this is the work of the devil. This is the work of the so-called white man. So here, without further ado, Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Now that goes back to Job 9 and 27, 9 and 24. So like it, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So you see, because it is in the power of their hand. The Heavenly Father has given the so-called white man power. And what has he done with his power? Oppressed people and been evil. So he's going to reap what he has sown. He's going to get that back times 2. Don't worry. He can win for now, but he's going to lose the war. Okay? So what does the so-called white man do? They devise iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin upon sin, and they work evil upon their beds. Here it is. They're able to be at peace and rest, but they conjure up evil times for other people. So when the morning is come, right, when it's time to get busy, they exercise it, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand to keep everyone else in a time of chaos. That's where they feel more secure. Verse 2, this is the point. And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So it's an interesting thing for people of the world to, I think, to see this, because here it is, Zuckerberg, who I believe is with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and is supportive of it, supposedly, but he's doing exactly what he is supposedly against to these people on this island. So when he goes there and their workers show up and these people go to protest him, selling and getting sued and all this other stuff, when they go to just protest, what's going to happen? That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, and I hope it plays out that way, because more people need to wake up to the so-called white man being the devil. A lot of people want to keep giving him a pass. Well, you're going to realize that this is in his nature. They oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. See, they're going to take that by violence. Let's look up this word, violence. Okay. Violence. Just make sure my mic's on. Yep, violence. It says late 13th century, physical force used to inflict injury or damage. Okay, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Forcible. He's forcing, what is it? It says right there. Right? Is suing hundreds of people to force them to sell to him. So that's violent. Vehement, forcible. Okay? It says, see violation. Weakened sense of improper treatment. You see? Improper treatment. So it's in the nature of so-called white people to be violent. Okay? Oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. Okay? Dang, that's another precept I had on deck to go with the Micah. They covet fields taken by violence. Oh, the heritage. This is his heritage, okay? This is Job 27 and 13. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. See? So what have the so-called white people been doing ever since they've risen to the power status that they have? They've been constantly oppressive. That is their heritage to this day. Their young children, okay, it seems like they're multiplying, and they always claim that they have these high numbers. But the so-called white man is very small compared to minorities, and they like to keep us grouped apart. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Negro, Latino, and North American Indian peoples. If the three of us came together as we were supposed to be, we're the biggest nation of people on this planet. Okay? We already populated an entire Western Hemisphere. Okay? And then you had the Southern Kingdom populating most of Europe and Western Africa, okay, before all the slave trade went down. So we already populated about 2/3 of the planet, roughly, I would say. Okay, anyway. So his children being multiplied, don't worry. The judgment day is coming, and they're multiplied for the sword. They're just going to be put to death. And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. So all this stuff that Mark Zuckerberg has, and people in this society equate money to bread, do they not? So he's not satisfied with his bread, his daily sustenance. What the hell does he need a man? And this lady even mentions it, that what he needs a mansion here. He's gonna remove all of us from our homes to build a mansion to live there. What, 4 months out of the year? He's not looking to be a permanent residence, to do land expansion for more agriculture and protecting of a coastline. And see, this is the oppressive nature of the Edomite, a heritage of oppressors. So anyway, with that, I just wanted to share that as well. Until next time, shalom.